Wednesday around 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Today I'm going to be troubleshooting some Christmassy designs, and I've already made the tree, and a lot of you have been making this beautiful tree and sharing pictures in the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. If you're not already a member, be sure to join so you can share your wire art and jewelry. And this weekend on Saturday, I'm going to be posting a video on how to make the tree with the Artistic Wire Deluxe jig kits. So here's one made with the jig kit. So look out for that video on Saturday. And today I'm just going to troubleshoot a few different designs. I'm going to flip the screen and we are going to get started. So let me know if you can see my table. I'm going to pull the video up on YouTube so I can actually see what you guys see, and we'll just get started. It's not going to be a super long live stream today. I do have a lot of work at this time of year, so we will do what we can with that. I'm just going to pull it up so I can see and make sure my sound is off, and we'll go to the live video, and we are live. So I have some comments. I see Sarah, I see Ellen, I see Adrienne, I see Amber. Amber, if you guys don't know, is Tree Sat Girl. Amber is the moderator of my channel. So thank you, Amber, for being here. We have Bree. Awesome. So let me just, I have to skip my own ad so I can see my video. So there you can see my tools. And I'm going to pull up my sleeves and do a few sketches. And I actually saw a really cute thing downtown, and some decor, some Santa decor, and I can't for the life of me find the picture. So maybe next week I will do that. So here's the paper. I also saw a really cute thing at our local cultural center that was like a tree. And so I'll just sketch it out like that. It was sort of like, this is not even what was visible, but it was, I thought it would be really cute with flat wire. They'd actually done it with slats of wood, and I thought it was the cutest thing. So it was just like going back and forth with flat wires. So I'm going to try something like that. I'm just going to sketch this quickly. So with a flat wire and then a star on top. So that's one idea that I had. And then the other one was Amber so graciously gave me these wonderful pliers for my birthday last week. And or it was 2 weeks ago now. I've lost track of time. It was last week. So these are Bead Smith looping pliers, the multi-step looping pliers, and I have a Tip Tuesday tutorial on how to make those. But Amber suggested making a snowman, so I'm going to play around with that idea to make a snowman. And if you're just hopping on, I'm going to try to catch your comments as well. Hi Ellen, hi Mirta. And yeah, so the snowman would be really cute, but it would be also, the snowman is basically just 3 loops like that, right? Super easy. I've done those before. And then I thought it would be cute to maybe like do a little scarf, maybe a little heart, and then somehow do a little hat. So we're going to work on something like that. And then the other thing I wanted to do was, I was trying to figure out a good way to do the silhouette of a Santa. And like I said, I had actually seen something downtown that was super cute. So I wanted to do like a stylized type of Santa, but this isn't at all what that thing looked like. I think I'm gonna have to go back downtown to get a picture of it because it was so cute. But I thought something, just maybe something really simple, like a Santa type of thing with a beard. And I don't even know if I would do eyes. You could always do a bead nose. Sometimes it's cute when they don't have eyes, but I guess you could, I don't know, do that. Now he looks like a dog. So I'm going to figure out, I'm going to troubleshoot. I'm going to do something while we go. And Amber says, how cute. Well, thank you for the idea for the snowman, Amber. So I'll definitely want to work on that. And then I thought to start, I'll get some flat wire to try that idea with the flat wire. So I have different kinds of flat wire. I have aluminum and copper, and I have this one here that's quite thick. So the idea would be just to, well, this one's super stiff. I think this was a thicker wire that I had actually flattened. That's going to be really hard to use. So I'm going to remove that. That was for a ring tutorial that I did. I kind of scrapped that ring. So I'm going to put that at the side. And eyeglasses is the way to go. So maybe I should do the eyeglasses. And I think that was part of the thing that I saw downtown. It was a Santa with eyeglasses, but now I'm not exactly sure what it looked like. So this is kind of a nice one. The aluminum one's a little softer. So maybe I'm gonna put these other flat ones at the side. And this is a flat copper wire from Artistic Wire from Beadalon. So let's try something with that. I don't know how well it's going to work. We're going to remove that. But as always, these live streams are just here to troubleshoot ideas. So I'm going to leave a little extra on the end because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. I'm going to remove those out of sight here. And then the idea would be to bend it at an angle because you want it to go down. You want to bend it as you go. So maybe if you do a bend and then bend it down, and then we would do another bend a little further out, but it's the angle. You want to get the angle correct. So maybe not too far over, and maybe we should be using flat pliers. I'm not sure if this is going to be the right way to go with this, but I just saw it. I thought it was so cute, and I thought, well, maybe we could do something like that out of wire, but sometimes until you try things, you're not quite sure how they're going to go. So I'm just going to work my way down, get wider as I go. Maybe I have to exaggerate it to get it even wider. I don't really want to waste this wire, but I think I'm just going to make one anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So we're going to bring that one out, and I think it has to be more exaggerated, the distance between each one. So say we do something like that, like already that's pretty cute. Maybe do one more. And then I'm wondering if maybe we should even add some beads or something to it, because this is going to look really plain. So if this is how it would look like that, but then you need sort of a stumpy thing at the bottom. So we'd have to one side just bend it. Maybe a little more. Now it's gone off to the center a little bit. Bring this over a little bit more. I also don't want it to break. So if that's somewhat centered, and then we're going to bring it back and forth. I guess you could coil it too maybe, but then it seems to be a little more flat. So I'm just going to go back and forth and see if I could do something that looks, yeah, that looks a little bit like this stump. I'm scratching up the wire a little bit with my pliers, but that's okay just for the sample. So say you do something like that. That's quite interesting. And then I think you would just have to, I guess, clip it off. I just kind of overlapped it there. So we're going to clip that one off. I should bring this closer so I can see. Eyeless. Oh, eyeless without eyes. Yes, yes. Okay, so maybe eyeless for that design. And the other one that I saw, I think had glasses. So I will definitely see if I can be a good excuse to go back to that. I like that little mall. It's in downtown Montreal. It's quite cute. So now this I see I've not centered it very well. So maybe there's a way I can fix that a little bit because it's really off center. I'd have to pull it more over this way. Don't want it to break. And then just center it a little bit more. So some of these aren't perfectly centered, but it gives you the idea of how it might look. Because I don't know if I could really center that any better. Maybe if we just bring that one over a little bit. I'm just trying to adjust this, but I see that it's not super, but don't I'm not going to worry about it being too perfect. So then at the top, we want to do something with this. I wonder if I could make a loop out of this end. We can see, because you need a way to hang it up too. So if I just do this, loop it around, that might work like that. It's not perfect. This is kind of mangled up a little bit, but you get the idea. So then we have a loop to hang it up if we hang it on the tree. So that's just a very basic flat wire tree. And I bet we can add beads, but we'd have to use a very skinny wire to add the beads. So let's try that. Hi, Tish. Love it. Thank you. So let's get a little bit of gold wire maybe. And I'm going to try to add some beads to this. I don't know if I want to just add seed beads or what have you. I don't know if you guys remember, I dropped all my seed beads on the floor and they all got messed up. So I just put them on in a big pot. and I'm not even going to attempt to separate them. So let's remove that, and we're going to try to put some beads on here, but this might be tricky to wrap the beads in. That's what I'm wondering, if it's going to be a little tricky. So we're going to try, if we just put this one on here, and what if we start on this side? Oh, I hadn't thought in advance about, maybe it's going to be easier if I don't put it through those 2 wires. I'm going to try. I'm going to just take this, I'm going to start to fill it up with beads and see how it goes. Oh, I do have some little red beads in here. I wasn't sure if I had any red ones in here, but I do. So let's try that. Hi, Connie. Like it just that way. Yeah, see, you could leave it without beads. You definitely don't have to put the beads, but because this is a live stream where I try to troubleshoot ideas, I'm just gonna try it. So if we're just gonna wrap that one around here, we can do one, like say one without. And maybe I'll stick with the seed beads to see how it goes. Get an amber one. I could do other beads too, maybe larger beads. We're gonna wrap, like the bottom row is gonna be easy because you just can slide the wire between there. So that's not too bad. Oh, and I have green too, so maybe we'll just use Christmassy colors. We'll put that one on there and bring that one around here. And then the red one, and then we're gonna have to go up to, that's kind of cute. And then we can go up to the next row. Do I want, my question now is, do I want to wire it in the, I don't think I want to wire the branch that's to the back. So let's just wind it around here. We're just gonna wind it around here a few times, and then we're gonna go up to the next row, and then we're gonna put a few beads on the next row. So I don't mind those beads in the back. Maybe I'll put another, I'm gonna put another one on the bottom row too. So let's put another one here. We can maybe go back to the red, or we could do blue. Yeah, we could do a blue one, why not? Turquoise blue is sort of a that's not blue, that's green. It's sort of a festive color, so we're gonna do that one. Oh, that's still green. Oh my goodness, I can't see very well. So let's get a turquoise one. Here we go. And we're going to stick that one on here and wrap it around a couple of times to hold that in place. And then I'm going to clip that end. If I have to add wire after, I can do that. And looks cute. Thank you. Sharon's here. Hi, Sharon. There we go. Now let's just keep going here and add some more beads. So we did red, so maybe we'll just try to do some, well, I don't know if I'm going to try to do a pattern. I'm just going to try to space these beads out a little bit. And we're going to see how this, excuse me, is going to go, and see if it's, yeah, it's actually pretty easy to wrap these. I thought it would be hard to access those things, but this is much easier than I thought, to wrap it around the square or the flat wire. So it's actually, I thought I'd have to like kind of get the wire in somehow in between those things, but it basically, you're just following the flat wire and it looks really cute. So I'm going to put that at the side for now. I'll do the rest of the wrapping after, and I will post a picture in the community section. Otherwise, it's going to take a long time, but that's the idea for that one. You can put a star bead at the top if you want to. So let's remove that one and let's do the snowman. So I am going to get, maybe even a flat wire snowman would be cute too. So I'm going to get some thicker wire. This, I don't even know where I got this wire, but this is a very soft aluminum wire. And I'm going to cut about 1 foot of wire and then put this one to the side. Use green wrapping wire would be really awesome. Yeah, that would be beautiful. And I do have green. I pulled out my green wire. I'll use that for something else, but that's a great idea to do, to wrap it with green. So now the idea, these are these really cool beadsmith looping pliers that Amber gave me. And the interesting thing about these is they have very large rounds. And then this is kind of plasticky rubbery, so it actually grips the wire, which is really amazing. So we're gonna hold that and then bring that one around. And of course you can do this if you have a highlighter or a marker or another round form, but I thought it would be fun to do Amber's suggestion and make the snowman with the bail making pliers. Or they're not really bail making pliers, they're more like looping pliers. I did a tutorial making a ring, adjustable ring with these pliers, so that was really fun. So there's the other one, and then we go up to the top one and we do another one. So that works really well to make a little snowman. So there's Snowman, super cute. And what I want to do is I want to make a hat, but I also need a way to hang this up. So I'm going to bring this straight up around here, and then I'm going to just bring this end around and clip it. So we're going to start with that, and Tish says it's adorable. Thank you. Yeah, I'll finish that after, and we are going to close that up. So basic snowman, we'll be able to do a loop at the top, but first I want to make a hat. So you could do a Santa hat, or you can do a top hat. So I just had an idea to try something different for the top hat. I've done top hats out with using black tubing before. And I've also done it using like a large black bead and a button. I have a tutorial for snowman earrings that I'll link up in the description with, and the hat is actually a piece of fun foam for the base and a little bead for the long part of the hat. So let's try something different with this 18 gauge wire. And what I want to do is get a roundish form to make the hat. So let me just go look for another tool and see what I can find. Right there. I'm looking here and see what I have. Got that and that. I have some other bail making pliers, and now I think I put them in the other room. So I'm just gonna get a couple of round forms, and I'm gonna try to wrap. Gonna try to make the top part of the hat. This is an experiment. We'll see how it's going to work. So what I want to do is just wrap this around. This might be too big too, but we're gonna see. So if we want to wrap that around, maybe I'll bring it to this side and wrap that around a few times. I always like to do things a little bit differently than what I usually do, just to keep life a little bit interesting. And this, for some reason, it's bouncing out of shape. I really would rather it get more pushed together, because the idea was to do like a kind of a hat. That's kind of funky. But sometimes the wire springs out of place. Let me just try it from the other end to see if I'm a little more careful with my wrap, if it's going to hold together. So if we hold this and we want to really, like in French it's accoter, like really make the wires like one push beside the other. So sometimes it depends on the way you like push the wire. You want to start with a tight spring. So we're going to see if that's will work, because the other one I didn't do very consciously. So let's see if that holds together better. Yeah. Oh, now you can't get it off. So that spring is marginally better than that one, but that's okay. It should be good. And from there, you want to make a brim of the hat. Let's see if this is going to work. So we put that. Looks a little funny. The other thing you can do is beads, which I've done before, but I did want to try something different. So let's see if we go from here and bring this one around here. Looks a little funny, but we're going to try it. So let me just try with my round pliers. Hi, Rosina. Nice. A stovetop hat. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Is that what it's called? I didn't know the actual technical name for that. So we're going to bring that one around here. So say we have, this would be the brim of the hat. I could have made it more round, but I could also just do it like, that's not too bad. I mean, it kind of shows it's a little funky. I don't know if it's going to hold in place, but it's not too bad. And like I said, I have other ways to make the top hat as well. And then you actually want to make a little bit of a loop in the middle. So let's just take, this is too high now. So I'm actually going to, that's the front. I'm going to take this from the back and center it. And then I'm going to do a little loop in the middle, and that way we can string the wire through to center it. So this is just having fun troubleshooting design. So we're doing, I don't know if you guys can see it well, but I've got a little loop going on here in the middle. See if you can see it. There's the loop in the middle. So it will be somewhat centered there. So that's somewhat in the middle. And then when you put it on the snowman, you stick that through the center and then it stays slightly in place. So that's interesting. And then you can just take this and cut it to about 1/2 inch and take this one back and do a loop. So that will hold the hat in place, and then it's right in the center there, so it should stay centered. But then the thing is with this, we want maybe more of a brim on there. I don't know if I can do a double brim. I probably should have done this before I attached it to the snowman, but let's just try and see if we can follow this curve. So have a double rim to make it a little thicker. This is 18 gauge wire. And then around here, anyways, there's a bajillion ways you can make the hat. This is one different new way to try it with a double hat. It's quite cute. Now the question is, how in the world are we going to attach it so it doesn't like wiggle around? So we can take the end and clip it first. There we go. And now we're going to take this and we can actually kind of do what we did there. We could take this, bend it to the middle, see if it's going to hold. And so if we do that, and maybe bend it around the bottom, I guess. We're going to try it. If it doesn't work, we'll figure out another way. But you could, in theory, just bring it around here. Hopefully not distorting it. It's a little bit tricky. So I just wound it around the bottom there. Little tricky, but it seems to work. And then I'm just tucking that end in so it holds. So that's super solid. That's not going anywhere. And it is adorbs. So there's that guy with his hat done in a different way than I usually do. So I really like the idea of doing a little heart too. I might have a heart bead. If I do, I'm going to see. And if I don't have a heart bead, that looks good. Thank you. And I have lots of little beads here. So yeah, I do have a little heart, but I haven't decided if I want to do the heart bead or not. So you could put like a little, it's not a hugely, obvious heart, but it's not bad. Actually, I think I want to do the heart because now I want to do, I think I'm going to go all out with this guy. I'm going to do arms as well. But you can do it as simple as you want. You could just keep it super simple and like not do the drawing that I did was just very simple with no arms. I had a scarf and I had a Santa hat, so you can also do that. So let's just try to make some arms since we are going all out with this guy. And so I'm going to cut a decent piece of 22 gauge wire. 20 might be a little thick to get the details. So I'm just going to do, oh, that's a big piece, but that's okay. I'm going to do a piece of the 20 gauge. And now, sorry that it's very dark. It's another gray day. I think last week it was pouring rain. It's not raining today, but it's very gray. So, oh, does this not have a hole in the bottom? Let me just see. Looks like it might be a dud. No, it's good. So here is the heart. And then to hold the heart in place so it doesn't wiggle, I'm just going to bend the wire back. So if we do something like that, what if we do this? And then I'm going to just crisscross these and twist them a little bit. Ooh, I think that cracked a little bit because it's a glass heart, but that's okay. So we're just going to do it like that and the heart. So if we had the heart here, what I was thinking was I would like to do some arms, but I don't know if this is going to be working well. If we put this here, and it's a little stiff to me, so I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna just remove that. I will reuse that wire for something else, and I'm gonna get another piece here and put that one in there, cut a little piece, and see if I can do, I'm just seeing what I can do here. I don't have to put the arms either, but I like the idea of doing the arms, but I'm thinking should have gone the other way with it. So let's get that in here. And if it was a thinner wire, I could go through there twice, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go through the wire twice. So I'm going to do that one that way. I'm going to bring this one to the back. And what I'm going to do to hold it in place is I'm going to just go, see what I've done there? I've done a little, not crisscross, but just I've done like loop, doop, doop, doop on the back. So that'll hold it in place so it doesn't wiggle. That's actually much nicer, cleaner, and it doesn't damage the beads. So let's do that. And hi, Amber. So and that's 2 Ambers in the group. There we go. So now we are going to bring, oh yeah, that's much better. And you can put it to one side. We're going to bring it over here and wind it around. Yeah, I don't want it centered. I want it a slightly more realistic looking, like it looks on, like it's on one side. And I'll wind these wires in once or twice, because I'll probably have to wind, well, I'll just do it twice. I mean, sorry. My brain said twice and my mouth said once. So there we go. We're going to do that. Bring that in. And this side. Oh, and just a heads up, guys, I have postponed the 10-day charm bracelet challenge until January because I am extremely busy at this time of year. I was not thinking straight. I had forgotten that Live Wires for the Win would last as long as it did, and then we ran out of time to do the challenge. So the challenge will be in January. I'm sure everybody's going to be a lot more free in January and looking for something fun to do. So if you guys want to do some challenge videos before Christmas, I have a whole playlist of from last year's 10-day gift making challenge. So I will link up those videos so you guys can do that. And if you want to share photos of your work in the Wire Makers Club or email me photos of your work, that would be amazing. But I do not have time to film new videos until January. So look forward to that. So that's cute, the little snowman with the heart. And then we can just do arms. So you can have them sticking up or sticking down. And then just decide how big you want the arms. And we're going to make them, usually I make them look kind of like hands, but let's make them look like more like sticks. So if you've got that one up there, and then bring that one down here, and then this one here, and I don't know how even they should be, so they kind of still look like hands. So there's that type of thing. You can just make them put them out like any which way that you want. And then you can bring the wire back to there, or you can simply clip it. So there we've got that one. And then we'll do the same thing here. And don't worry about if it's the same size. I'm going to bring that one back and bring that one around, and there, that one down and around. So there's our little snowman with his, or yeah, his or her hands. There we go. Clip it, and you wouldn't even need to give them arms. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you could definitely make these simple without arms. I'd like to give options, so whatever you guys want to do, if you want to, you know, completely change the design, you're more than welcome to do so. So you can bend these any which way you want. You see ones, they're not exactly the same size. So this is what we have for our snowman, and you could definitely leave it like that. You can add a a scarf. If you wanted to add a scarf, you could do that. You can even like make a little woven scarf or something. I'm just gonna see what I have in my bag of tricks. So say you did want to do a scarf, you could even do one, this is 20 gauge, you could do one with green if you want to give it another pop of color. I'm just gonna take a little bit of green wire here, and then after this, I'll try a Santa, and I will definitely try to find that other design I mentioned to you guys, and for the Santa, because I can't for the life of me remember what it looks like. So for this, you can do a little plain scarf. You can make it a little bigger if you want. Say you want to, you can braid it, you can twist it. I'm just going to try to do a twist, like a twisted one. Let's see what happens here. So we're just going to twist this around and see what we are going to do with this around here, and bring that one around. Let's just see what it does. It's kind of interesting. So if I bring that one around here, around, you can, let me just see what would happen if I brought these ends through here. I mean, these ends are way too long now, but say we brought these ends through here. It's just an experiment, and then you can put it over the hat and tighten them up a little bit just to get it to hold in place. You guys know I like design and figuring out designs. So if you did something like that, let me just push this in a little bit. So that's kind of like a scarf thing, but I don't know if it's going to actually hold in place. I'm going to take that out again because that's not quite working how I thought. But what if we just make this a little bit longer? Okay, hold that, and I'm just going to make the twist a little longer because I might want to go around the neck twice. So let's do that. Don't worry if your twist is perfect. Straighten it out a little bit. And so let's try to go around a couple of times and see if that makes a difference. No, I don't want it too tight either. So I'm just going to bring that one out here. Yeah, these designs sometimes take a little bit of troubleshooting, but it's worth it because sometimes we get some new ideas. So I just went around a couple of times with the twisted wire. I want to line these up a little bit more. So it ends up being like a little bit thicker. And from here, what we can do, I'm going to just put them through. I'm going to clip these actually a little bit more. And I'm going to try to put these through, at least one of them through that loop. Yeah, even if one of them goes through the loop, it's fine. So we're going to put one of those through the loop. There. Maybe a little more. Tighten it up a bit, excuse me. And then we can, I think it's good. I think it's going to hold. And then I want to twist these ends together again. So I'm going to now, I've gone through that loop to secure it. I'm going to crisscross these and twist this again. There we go. There we go. So there's this little scarf just around there. That is adorable. I think I'm gonna like stop there so it's not really overkill. And then these ends, you can just cut them if you want. You can make loops if you want. If you don't want, like if say you're doing a pendant and you don't want it to be sharp, I would do little loops or file the ends or something. But you could also take this and do little spirals too. I mean, there's so many things you can do. We're gonna just take this and bring that one in and bring that one in like that. Maybe a little more. There we go. There, that's cute. Oh my goodness, he is the cutest. And I will post photos of these in the community section and the Wire Makers Club so you can see what they look like. So there's Snowman, guys. Off the grid. Hello. I made snowman ornaments with wire last year to go on their Yule basket. Sweet. A ribbon for the scarf. Good idea for the ribbon. Awesome. So here we go. So there's Snowman. And then now let's try a Santa. I'm going to put that at the side. I'm going to just have a little sip of water. Just check the time. Hang on. It is 2:19. Okay. We're good. We have time for Santa. Hi, Miss Sika. Hello. Nice. Thank you. So Santa. What are we going to do with Santa? We're not doing the eyes. We can do, this is sort of the central point is the mustache. And then I hadn't decided if I actually wanted to do a red nose or not. And I do have white wire. Let me go grab my white wire and see where I put it, if I can find it. Huh? I think it's 18 gauge, so it's gonna be a little thick. So we're gonna see what we can do with that. And I'm just trying to see what we're gonna do. So this is the 18. We can try something with that and see how it goes. I also might just do it with silver, but I'll take a piece of this and see what we can do. Just gonna put this one in here. I don't know if you guys can hear my heat. The heat just came on, so sometimes it's a little noisy. It's worse when I'm actually filming a video because it's very, very, very loud. But the live stream, it might not be so bad. So we're going to see. So let's try to do Santa. And I haven't decided if I want to do the nose or not. So I do have my miracle bead. Gnome Santa. Oh yes, gnome Santas. Yes, I did do a gnome actually at one point, and I've seen gnome Santas everywhere. You're right, Connie. I've seen them everywhere. Maybe I'll try to do a proper tutorial for a gnome Santa. I did take some pictures a while back with good intentions to make one, and then of course I didn't. So this, maybe I'll get a bigger bead for this and see. That was strange. My computer screen went dark, and usually it stays on when I'm live streaming. So I find that a little odd. I don't know why it would do that. Oh, it's because my screen stopped. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? I'm gonna just refresh my screen because for some reason my screen stopped and I'm not sure why. I think we're back. Okay. I think we're back, hopefully. So here's a red miracle bead, a larger one. So we'll see what we can do with that. And I might end up not using the white after all. Yeah, I like the idea of the beard. Now this is super troubleshooting, guys, so bear with me in case it does not work, but we're gonna find out. So if we do this, and then we just go up, yeah, this is, I do not know what I'm doing here, but we're gonna try it. And then this one up, and then I might have to just start again, but that's okay. You have to start somewhere, and like I always say, just start by starting, and if it doesn't work out, you restart or just continue going from where you left off. So let's see if this is gonna work. I want to make a somewhat looking mustache thing. This might not make any sense whatsoever, but we're going to try it. I like that idea of the gnome Santa. I'm gonna check, because I did some photos for that, and I'm gonna see if I can do the one I saw, though. The gnome Santa I saw was like a sock monkey gnome Santa, which is like next level, so that was cute. Oh, this, I don't know if this is gonna look like Santa or not with this mustache. That doesn't look like a mustache, but we're gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, we're gonna try something else. So we're gonna go around here and bring this one around here. It somewhat looks like a mustache, a little bit. We're gonna see. And bring this one around. There we go. Perfect. So that's the starting point. And then brought that one around here. I'm just thinking of what to do. If I want to crisscross them, if I want to go that way, I'm gonna bring that one down here. And then that one up here. And see, it's kind of fun. It's kind of ornate. Then we should probably go up, I guess, for the face. I'm gonna try to go up here, and then this one up here. Okay, bring that over a little more. That way, and that way. And then we wanna go across. I'll take the larger side. We're not gonna do eyes. We're just gonna bring this one around here and then down. We're gonna bring that one down here and wanna somehow make a beard like that, that. That, and maybe one more. Like that. So this would be one side. This beard's quite long. And then we want to bend it back up. I think I'll keep the beard quite simple. I'm gonna bend it back upon itself like that. And curve it out. And up. Yeah, it doesn't have to be symmetrical. We can go up and up here and up. There we go. I'm not sure what that up. Let's see. Well, no, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with my directions. Sometimes I get mixed up with my direction of wire, but we've got that. So that does look like a bit of a Santa. And then we want to do the hat part. So if we take this and bring that one around here, I'm gonna bring that one that way maybe, or maybe out that way. I'm gonna bring it back on itself here. And then this one too, towards the middle here. Kind of cute. And we want to do a band for the hat, but then we want the top part to be in red. So I had a vision of doing like little loops, but I'm going to see now if that's what I want to do, because might be interesting. I don't know if I would start from here, or maybe I should have brought that out to the other side. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm gonna bend this out this side, and then, oh, up, maybe that way. Okay, so, or no, maybe out that way. Let me just see how this is gonna work. We're gonna do, no, that way maybe. I'm just gonna try this. Hopefully this is gonna work. I'm gonna bring that one around here. And then wind that out. So maybe I'm going to, I don't know how well this is gonna work though. So if I do around there, and then we want to do around here. See, this is, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Oh, it's interesting. Okay, so what I want though is something to wind this around. Maybe this is a thickish wire. What if I can wind it around there? Let me try that. We're gonna stick this in here. Bring this one here. I'm missing all kinds of comments, I'm sure, but that's okay. I'm gonna come after. I'm gonna wind this around loosely. Okay, right across. It's sort of like a loose coil. Okay. And then I'm gonna remove it. Let me just check the comments. Hi, Kathy. I made gnome Santas from yarn. I would love to see a picture. If you could email me at info@heatherboydwire.com to see your yarn gnome Santas. Heather at her best troubleshooting. Yes, that's my middle name, is troubleshooting. But the trouble with this wire is extremely stiff because it's 18. So I'm not sure how effective this is going to be. And I also want to spread these. So that's the issue I'm having with, is trying to spread these so they're somewhat flat, because I don't want the coil sticking out. I want these to be flat-ish. So maybe if I'd have to like unroll, that's the better option, is just to put the whole thing in there and just unroll. That's better. And we're just gonna unroll these whole things. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, because the 18 gauge is super stiff. If it wasn't 18, it would be easier. And then I have this weird little thing in there because I wasn't doing it properly at the beginning. So let's see if we can fix that. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want it to look awful either. So we're gonna do that. So that means like these, wow, he's funky. Okay, so this means this is gonna sit a little flat. He looks cool. And so now let's bring this one in here. The hard part though is how in the world are we gonna finish this? So I think I'm just going to bring that one out a bit more. That one. And I'm just gonna clip that because I'm gonna attach it in a different way. So I'm running out of wire anyways, so I'm just gonna clip that. And so there's a tutorial for the yarn Santa. If you wanna share it, if you have the link and wanna share it here in the comments, please do. And if you're watching the replay and you have that tutorial for a yarn Santa, you can put it in the comments of my channel and tag that channel so they know that it's being shared. So that would be awesome. So here's our funny looking, he looks like a wise man Santa. And then this, you don't want it to be loose, so you're gonna have to attach this to this one here. So I'm gonna take this and bend this up and around. So then we can clip this one. Wow, I actually didn't even waste that much wire, which is amazing. Stick it in there, make sure it's in a good position. And this wire smells funny. It smells like, really smells like plastic. So now we're gonna do that. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. And then all we'll have to do is the hat, and we'll be done for today. And I'm gonna try to find that other design I told you about. Maybe it's in my head, it's much nicer. I think I'm gonna write on Facebook if anybody I know lives downtown to go take a picture of it for me. So there is like Santa so far, looking funky. I love the mustache, it's hilarious. Okay, so let me just fix this mustache position a bit. Yeah, very fun. And then bring this one out a little more. So there's always little adjustments that you can do. And now we need the hat. So I do have 18 gauge wire. Love it, says Amber. Thank you. Amazing. Aw, thanks, Tish. So here's some thicker red wire for the hat that we can try. And let's take that. I do have like thick red wire, the 12 gauge, but I think it's a little too thick. I'll just grab it out to show you guys. I mean, it's cool, but it's very thick. So I will keep that one at the side. I'm going to put this bag on the ground to get out of my way. There we go. And let's try something for a hat. And the other thing I like doing for the hat is doing a pearl bead for the ball of snow on the end. So I do have a pearl bead. I don't know if it's big enough. We're gonna try. And then we're gonna get a piece of this red wire. It's kind of kinked at the bottom, eh? Isn't that funny? I would get my wire straightening tool, but it might scratch off the color. So what I like to do in that case is get a cloth or a Munga roll of toilet paper, take a piece of that and wipe it. So we're gonna do that. Good looking Santa. He's sophisticated with his fancy mustache. There we go. So now we got that. And we are going to put I put the bead on there first usually. And take that around here. And then just to hold it in place, I'm going to, you could wind it around or you can simply bend it. Sometimes I wind it around there, but you also might want to just bend it back, which would probably work. So let me just pull it out, bend it back, and see if that's going to work. I don't know if it's going to hold in place as well. Yeah, the 18 gauge is very, very stiff. You know what? I might just bend it around to show you guys what I usually do. Usually what I do is just take this and wind it around, and then it's going to really hold in place there. I usually use a 20 gauge. Actually, what I usually do is use a 20 gauge silver wire and put red tubing on it, and then it makes a funky little red hat. We make little skier ornaments and put these red hats on them, and that's how I usually do that one. So now let me just see my picture. So say we want to do, I think I'm going to want to fill this red in though, because I find it a little bit plain, but we can do our chaos wrap filling in hat thing that we did last year with that. That would work. And then we're going to take that and, I don't like that bend. We're just going to curve it a bit. So we could do the hat somewhat like that. Maybe make it a little more full. And then we can fill it in with the chaos wrap if we want. So say we did that. I'm going to flatten that out a little bit. There and there. Okay. And you And then at this position, you can just take this and bend it back. And this one too. Bend it back a bit. I cut this one way too long. So if we put that one in here and that one in there, see if we want them that wide. Or this one and that one, but then that might be too narrow. I think with that looks narrow to me. Let me first trim these ends off a bit. Okay, and what looks better? Narrow, like that, or wider? What do you guys think? More narrow or more wide? Hi, Bernice. Nice to see you. So narrow or wide for the hat? So that's wide. And then this is narrow. You guys let me know, or does it make a difference? Does it really matter? Maybe it doesn't matter. I can't tell. Narrow. Okay, cool. There we go. Excellent. I like executive decisions. Let's give that a little clip. You can clip it so it's loose and it flaps, or you can make it tight so it doesn't flop. And in any case, it's going to be hanging up. So, oh, Cheryl said wide, side wide. Oops. Oh, well, you guys can do it either way you want. And they both look cute. So now we're going to take this one and bring this one in here. And I'm going to clip this, clip that one there. And then I think there's a delay with the comments too, so that can happen. And then this one, we're going to I'm just putting the ends in there so there's no sharp ends. And what you can do is you can always, not those pliers. You can always take this and kind of push this out a little bit more so it ends up being a wee bit wider. But, you know, just fractionally wider. There's always little adjustments that you can do to make it to your, your liking. And you can, push this out. You can change the angle of it. There's lots of things you can do. So, and I think that's good. It's definitely not perfect, but you get the idea. And this, for some reason, is actually bouncing in. So it's even more narrow, which is a little bit strange. So what if we maybe we'll put one over there. I don't know why that one's bouncing in a little bit. So I'm going to just try it with one a little more out. Like that. Yeah, you could do it that way. They don't have to be in the same position. There's no rules here. There we go. So then it's kind of half narrow, half wide. And then this one you can, adjust it how you want. So if you want now, you can do like we did last year. So here is cute little Santa with his outline of a hat. You can also fill this in with the chaos wrap, and you can fill in the hat with the chaos wrap or beads. Like, say for example, I don't think I'm going to do it now, but say you did want to, you can fill in the beard with some beads. Oh, now that's fun. It reminds me of those perler beads. Wouldn't that be cute? You fill it up with like resin and little beads or something. You can definitely do that if you wanted to. I'm not saying that you have to, but you can add beads with a wire too if you wanted to. These are being finicky, and it's kind of hard for you guys to see because what I'm going to do is put it on a tray. And this tray. These are my stuff from Tip Tuesday. It's not a nice looking tray, but at least it'll hold its shape and you'll be able to see it. So say you did want to put beads there, you can either put lines of beads, which would be cool, or you can, I'm not sure if I like them that way though. And then if you had red ones, if I could find red ones in the beads that fell all over my floor. So say you did want to put red beads up there, you can add beads, or I'm going to link up the tutorial from, or the live stream from last year where we did a chaos kind of wrap thing. So say you did, you could bead up there, you can bead down there. There's lots of things you can do. I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think I would bother doing that. I like the simplicity of just the wire. But if you wanted to, you could definitely add some beads in there if you want. So I'm going to show you guys what we made today. And you guys can do your own thing with the designs. So these were the sketches. I am going to put this one. There's Santa. It's kind of hard to tell because he's white on white. Here is our very cute snowman. So very cute snowman. And tree that I'm going to add the rest of the beads to. So let me get that. And then you guys can see. Tell me which one is your favorite. I will continue to work on the tree. Am I in screen? Love it. Thank you. Santa is so cute. Yay. Awesome. Perfect. I like the open space. Yeah, nice. Well, that saves me time, Tish. I like it too. Snowman is your favorite. Cool. Yeah, and I really like the twisted scarf on the snowman. It's really cool. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to flip the screen and say goodbye. Thank you guys for always hopping on the live stream. Look out for the another tree ornament tutorial on Saturday. You guys have been making such amazing trees, wire trees, and sharing them in the Wire Makers Club. I really appreciate it. There's like 10 members that have made them or more, and I share them on Pinterest and in the community section. And thank you, Amber, for moderating the chat. Clarice, I didn't see Clarice or Mustafa today, but they're usually in there helping as well. And I hope everybody has an amazing rest of the week. I'll see you Saturday at 11 a.m. for the premiere of that video. And remember, there's no 10-day challenge until January, but I will link up the 10-day challenge, gift challenge that we did last year. So have a great rest of the day and night, everybody, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.